What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to the world famous Gamer Boys podcast.
What's up, guys? Hater Dave. I'm here. Put my phone away. Shit's rude.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. We were on the wrong screen.
Oh, can they even see us?
Yeah.
Okay. We good?
But let me start that over. What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to another episode of the world famous Gamer Boys podcast. I got my guy over here, Hater Dave, in the studio.
Yes. Also known as Dave now. Just Dave.
Just Dave, no hater?
No, I don't care. Yeah, I'm Hater Dave on Instagram. So
yeah, I don't know. It should stay
Okay.
always Hater Dave. I did talk to Roger today, actually, and he did say he will be back in studio next week.
Good. Hurry up, Roger. We miss you.
Yeah, so make sure you go over, hit up Roger, send him some love. He's dealing with some shit right now, so hopefully everything's going good, Roger. We love you, and we're here to support you. And anything you need, hit us up. We're here to talk. He's down for some dirty stuff, not me.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you need a late night call, just let me know.
Yeah. But what's up, man? You've actually been on the live stream now. So that's pretty cool.
A few times, right?
One time. The live stream.
Oh, the live stream. That's right. I can't
The
remember.
podcast you've been on a few times, yeah. But the live stream you've been on once now.
Yeah.
So it's a different dynamic.
Yeah, it's interesting because I can't just say stuff
Yeah, you can't.
and tell you, cut that out.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But I don't vouch for if you get canceled.
Right. Yeah. Tricky navigating the waters these days.
Yeah. So what's going on with you? What's new? What's good?
What's new? What's good? Started a podcast of my own.
Okay.
That is actually just the first couple episodes have been released now. It's called The Double Scoop with Dave and Sean.
The
Check
double
it out.
scoop of poop?
Yeah, no poop, just Double Scoop. We're still kind of figuring out the format really, but go check it out. Me and my buddy Sean, we just get together once a week, and our goal is just to have a natural conversation as we normally would, which is very unnatural compared to most, which is why we wanted to record them, because we're pretty idiotic at times. But yeah, we're just having fun. The Double Scoop with Dave and Sean. Also, we have hopefully we'll be up on YouTube soon too. We're not going to do a live episode because we get pretty rambunctious, so I want to make sure that we're not
Yeah, got to keep it professional.
Yeah, I want to keep my job. But
This is your job now.
it is. Oh yeah, that's right. But hey, check it out when you guys get a chance. Podcast. It should be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
It's on Spotify for sure. It's on Anchor, and I don't know about the other ones yet. I don't know if you set that up right. But the Double Scoop podcast.
Yeah, with Dave and Sean. Yeah, the Double Scoop with Dave and Sean, and then Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I think a lot of those probably don't even have anything posted yet, but just check out the Double Scoop. You'll see a picture of me and Sean in the background.
Okay.
So, what else is going on? Not a whole lot. Now just getting tired of navigating COVID waters. We're one of the last states that actually still has mask mandates. I think there's 9 of them.
But what does that entail? Because, I mean, I went to Home Depot today. Mm-hmm. Some people were wearing them. The employees are wearing them. But, like, as a shopper, you can go in and not wear it. Walmart's the same.
Well, the state has a mandate, but not a whole lot of them, companies are actually following through with that. Like in the gaming industry, it's a big thing, right? Because they're regulated by the Gaming Control Board. So the Gaming Control Board's like, no, you guys are gonna follow through with this. So there's license revocation implications there. But outside of that, yeah, it's basically anywhere else you go, people aren't bothering anyone about it anymore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're one of the few states that the health department says, nope, you got to have it. Everywhere else, I think the health departments are just strongly encouraging, but it's not a mandate.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else going on, which I'm happy to report about. It's been pretty mellow. So,
well, I'm sure the whole, now that you're kind of, now that you're kind of in it, I'm sure the whole podcast thing takes up quite a bit of time.
Yeah, it does. That's funny. Actually, when I kicked it off, I told you, I was like, the whole goal is not to do anything. Like just to record our conversations, and almost immediately, I don't even think I got through the first week without going, yeah, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And Jorge quickly reminded me, he's like, I thought you weren't going to do anything. I was like, I'm a little bit more invested than that, really. But
yeah.
But the idea, I guess, now is just to have it come off as natural. And if you guys go check it out, yeah, we're all over the place in a matter of 15 minutes. Literally to the moon and back.
Well, I think you know, it's like having that base and then just going in, but there's always stuff that happens, you know. Even when we did just the audio stuff, like we record and then like Roger would leave to go home and then I would start editing or whatever, and I'm like, dude, your mic was off or whatever,
right?
You know, like
right.
Something would always happen, not always, but like stuff does happen.
Yeah, there's always something off. I'm already finding, and Sean and I, we're actually podcasting remotely. There's this nice program called Zencaster.
Hey, they don't sponsor this podcast.
They do not sponsor this podcast. I mean, they should, but they don't. Anyway, we use them, and it's almost like a Zoom call with no lag to it. Mm-hmm. So it comes off really nice, and everything's recorded locally on my computer and on his, and then uploaded together, so our conversation sounds
so video and audio.
Yeah it sounds as if you and me are sitting right here, which is it's been nice. It sounds good, I think. I mean, of course, you're getting all the episodes that we make before they're released, so I'm like, hey, I need a triple check on this, please. So there's always something like us. I've been struggling. I don't know what it is. I think just like sometimes you have to restart apps or your computer and stuff like that. You know, the last, I think 3 weeks or 2 weeks, we've had something go on with our live here where it was choppy. You guys were lagging last week.
But right now, excellent connection. It looks like we're all doing good. So
nice.
That's good, because I had to go to Charter and kick down their door. And I'm like, listen here.
Yeah.
I have fans.
Charter.
That, you know, they want to listen to us.
Can you call them Charter? Or does it have to be Spectrum now?
I don't know what they are.
Is that a thing? I don't know. Every time they're like Spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah.
I think we got that fixed. So, you know, I do want to say thanks to Brian Foster for coming in last week. It sucks that Roger wasn't here, because I know Roger likes to do interviews. He throws in some good questions and stuff like that. So, thank you, Brian, for coming in. I think it was a good interview. It was, you know, mellow.
Yeah.
Not so much towards the gaming part. You know, he's an entrepreneur. He's been involved in making a, you know, I think they're a multi-million-dollar company. And then
that's
just
awesome. Yeah, no, actually, it was good to hear from him, because, you know, I've been around him a number of times, and he's always usually pretty quiet. Mm-hmm. So it was cool to see him kind of perk up, and I got to hear a little bit about him.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and he's super into golf. Like I asked him, would you consider yourself the best golfer in the moto industry? And he said yes, and I would say that too. So, you know, he's super into that. So like the conversation led to that a lot. and stuff, but I think it's a good introduction. After the podcast, he was, you know, excited and stuff, and he's like, I want to come back and
cool.
do another one and stuff like that. So I think that's what's cool about podcasting, because I think that was probably his first ever podcast.
Oh, really?
You know,
it kind of grabs a hold of you.
Yeah,
it really does.
Especially when you have a good conversation, and then like you get done, you're like, man, like as a podcaster, as the host, like sometimes I'm like, man, I could have asked this or whatever, but like when I do listen to it, I'm like, oh, we covered bases. Like, it's like you're not perfect. You're not going to be able to cover everything.
Right.
But at the same time, like, did you cover enough to like get that person's personality?
Right.
You know,
right.
Stuff like that. That's kind of what I focus on. And say like you get a big name person, you get The Rock in here. What are you going to ask him that no one else has? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as a podcaster, I'm not a journalist, but as a journalist, anything like that, like you do your research by watching other interviews, right? So then you kind of hear the answers and the questions and stuff like that, and it's like it's probably kind of hard to ask something new,
right?
You know, and you could, but then maybe they're like, why are you even asking me? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Has nothing to do with me or whatever, you know. So that's why I think it's like my trick is like it's important to maybe bring out their personality more than
Right. No,
ask
I
him
think
questions that everyone's already asked him. He's already answered 100 times.
right.
Stuff like that.
And that's actually the criteria of a good journalist.
Yeah.
It's like what makes a good journalist is being able to ask questions that kind of bring out a personality or kind of get intricate details that no one else has done.
Yeah, and then as a person like him, he's probably like, oh, I could have like talked about this or whatever, So like, it's always nice to see when they're like, yeah, I want to come back. Like that was so much fun, and you know how it is. Like you've been on this podcast quite a bit of times now, and it's like we can just talk and
yeah, it's endless, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's absolutely with the same thing. The podcast we got going on now is like we'll have to cut it off. Sometimes we'll talk, 2 to 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, we only need an hour. Let's stop, and we'll we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, things have been good. Is he going to start streaming with you guys online, Twitch?
Who's that?
Live streaming?
Me?
Brian Foster.
Oh, probably not.
I can say
probably not. That's like that was my like New Year's resolution to like stop telling people or like trying to, I don't know, not help, but like you could tell people certain things and at the moment they're like, yeah, it's dope and stuff like that. And then you keep like just wasting your energy. So it's just like, I just bring it up just to bring it up because it's an avenue. Like I was telling him, it's an avenue that a lot of people don't think of. Like, yeah, he's not into gaming, but he's into like real estate and stuff like that. And you kind of knows because you've been in like networks for like stock market and stuff like that.
Right.
So like you don't necessarily have to just talk or play video games on these streaming. Like on YouTube, you could be streaming right now and talking about how to detail your car and have a master course on that, and people just join in and or whatever. And same with Twitch. Twitch even more. Like there's the podcast section. There's just like the just chatting section where people just sit there and just chat, and then the chat's lively and they're like, hey, what'd you do today? And you're like, oh yeah, I did that.
Isn't that
stuff
crazy?
Like that.
Like just the sheer amount of people that will, like you said, detailing cars. Like that's a legitimate thing on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like basically anything you could name is probably a legitimate thing on YouTube. And as long as your content looks nice, there's going to be a following of tens of thousands of people on it.
Yeah.
If you're consistent and all that stuff. And it's just amazing to me to think about how many people there are with access to this now. It's just always mind blowing. I'm like, I don't know. I'll pick on car detailing just because that's what you brought up. But like, if you see something like that and they have like, I don't know, 110,000 subscribers, I'm like, that many people are watching that? And
then it's like you detail one car, and probably the other ones are going to be the same.
You detail them all, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they still make the content, and the content
get creative with it.
Is good. But like that's like my main thing. Like that's why I always want to bring up to people that might not necessarily know this world. Gaming's one thing, but then just like the live streaming, the content creating and all that comes with it as well. So I always just put that out there, like to see if anyone's interested, basically.
Right.
And I think it's pretty cool, and there's a lot of people that do it, man, and a lot of people are very successful at doing it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah,
it's nuts. Okay.
Yeah. I do want to say shout out to our sponsor over at the Gamer Boys podcast, Guayaki Yerba Mate. Thank you so much. I actually just got a red cup today.
I was gonna say, you gonna pop one or what?
I already had too much.
I know, and I'm only drinking water, so
I already had too much caffeine and stuff today, so
yeah, you're gonna make it.
Keep it mellow, but thank you guys so much.
I'll do you one. I'll grab one.
They're right there.
Where? A cold one?
No, I don't need one.
Oh no, I need one.
Oh,
you're right.
But thank you so much for the nice cold drinks that Dave's about to grab. If you want some Goyaki, make sure to go goyaki.com. Go to the zip code area, put your zip code in, store locator, and it's going to find exactly the store and what product they're carrying.
Lemon Elation. Yeah, as soon as we started talking, I was like, you know what? I need one. I'm recording tonight after this, so.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to record your podcast, so you definitely need the pick-me-up, the motivation.
That's a good one.
The come to life that Goyaki Yerba Mate brings you. So thank you guys so much for hooking us up. We really appreciate it. And speaking of hooking you up, I'm about to hook you guys up right now. Last chance to get a free ticket to the new movie, Uncharted.
Have you seen the previews for that?
Yeah.
It's so weird now because I'm out of the, apparently I'm way out of the loop because I'm used to seeing advertisements on TV or whatever. I don't even know a movie's out now until someone tells me about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like that? I just happened to come across that on Mark Wahlberg's Instagram page today. And I was like, what is this?
But if you go to the movies, then you obviously see the previews, stuff like that.
Well, true, yeah.
Yeah. So, with that being said, the recently released Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection on the PS5 comes with a free ticket to see the film, which stars Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. That's weird. I actually seen the preview and all that, and I thought it was The Rock for some reason. But you're right, it is Mark Wahlberg. So that's why he was posting.
I mean, it does look like a movie. Boy, it looks just like Jumanji. Yeah. And then what was the last one?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
It almost like replicates that, which I thought when I saw the ad for Jungle Cruise, I was like, that looks just like Jumanji.
So if you're a lucky viewer that you're watching right now, which I don't know how many we have, probably just one. But if you're the lucky viewer, this promotion ends tonight at midnight. So February 3rd, midnight, to buy the game. And if you buy the game, it comes with a free movie ticket.
Nice. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I mean, better than a poke in the eye. You're going to buy the game anyway, so might as well get a free movie ticket. Mm-hmm. And then you got a free one. And then you just buy your girlfriend, your wife, or whatever, the one ticket, because tickets are expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's half off.
I need to get back to the movies, actually. It's been a while.
It's funny, because we actually gone to the movies more, like, recently than we have in a while.
Yeah.
So, it's, But let me ask you, getting into a little bit of gaming, but a little different avenue here. Have you gotten consumed with Wordle yet?
No. Isn't it funny how that stuff just kind of pops up? I've never even heard of Wordle until about 3 days ago, and now it's everywhere.
It's been everywhere, Dave.
I'm out of touch. What can I say? I have not. New York Times just bought it, though.
Yeah, New York Times just bought it for a 7-figure deal, but according to some experts, actually this guy that's making basically a ripoff of Wordle.
7 figures. Is that tens of millions?
7 figures is
yeah, tens of millions.
Yeah, but
an undisclosed tens of millions.
But a low 7-figure.
Okay.
So this guy came out saying like that was a ripoff basically, and he tweeted to the guy that created this and sold it, and he says, "Wow. Low 7 figures is a huge ripoff for Josh, considering my clone, which is his ripoff of the game." So it's funny. Was on track to do $50K a day in revenue, considering the download velocity of current clones. That figure could have been $100K plus, which means this is worth $100 million.
Yeah, more than even. That's crazy.
So New York Times got a good deal on it, obviously. The guy thought maybe. But like you said, it just kind of like came up out of nowhere. You get offered a 7-figure deal.
Right.
And you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially right now with the technology age. Well, not right now, but probably just going forward. Sell that shit while it's hot.
Yeah, and especially a game like that because like after a while.
Next week it could literally be Squirtle and you know.
That's only on Pokemon Go, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could just be like no one really cares about it, but it's hot right now, so I think he did a pretty decent deal.
Where's Farmville right now?
Yeah,
when's the last time you heard of that?
I think who's it? Microsoft owns it now because they bought Activision. I think they like own Candy Crush and all that.
Really?
Those kind of games.
Oh, that's not Facebook owned stuff.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know for sure. I
know Candy Crush for sure
Facebook,
is part of that.
Okay, all right.
That umbrella. So, but yeah. So, anyways, do you know how you play the game?
Nope.
Okay, so basically you have 6 tries,
mm-hmm.
and you have 5 lines or 5 letters that you can use. 6 different lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's different color codes. Gray is just normal. Green means you got the right letter in the right spot.
Okay.
So they're little squares, right? And then yellow is that you have the right letter, but it's in the wrong spot.
Okay.
So it's a 5-letter word. It's a lot harder than you kind of think once you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So today I used joint, JOINT, right? So I think I was in there. So it gave me the I, but it was in the wrong spot. So then it gives me basically all the other letters were gray, and then I was yellow because it's in the wrong spot. So if I was in the right spot, it would have been green. So then you know that that's where that goes, right?
Right.
So then you have that first try, and then you have 5 more tries to get the word correct.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you don't start with any letters. You just put a word in there, and then
Yeah.
it tell. Oh, okay, all right, gotcha.
And it has to be a real word, based,
Okay.
stuff like
Right.
that. And the cool thing about it is, like, people sharing it. So you see it on Twitter and stuff like that. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So basically, it's sharing the code, because they don't want you to know the word,
Right.
because that's the purpose of it, to like guess the word. So it's sharing the code. So it's sharing. So if I shared my code with you today, you would have saw that it was gray, gray, yellow, gray, and then from there it might have been green, gray, and stuff like that. And it just shows you basically through that. And if you know how to play the game, it just shows you exactly how many letters I got right, or how long it took me to get it.
So is it going to be the same? It's not. Is it going to be the same word for everyone? Or
Yeah.
is this a multiplayer game?
No, it's basically on Google. So I went to
it's
Google.
like a crossword puzzle daily.
Yeah.
Like that kind of.
And the word resets every day. So there's a new word every day.
Right. That
So if I told
cool.
you, if I
That sounds
told you,
pretty cool.
yeah, if I told you the word, then you would know it, and you could get it the first try today.
First try.
Yeah. So I don't even remember the word today. Actually,
It's not joint.
It wasn't joint. I'll tell you that.
You start with joint.
I was actually at Chick-fil-A, and right next to Chick-fil-A, there's the Joint
Okay.
chiropractor.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, O and I, that's gonna do something for me.
Yeah.
And
Vowels are big.
It didn't, and a lot of times I put like words with A and E in there and stuff like that, and that doesn't help. Like sometimes
Right.
maybe and stuff like that. So I was like, today I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put that, like joint. That's,
Right.
That's a nice little word,
Yeah.
So
Good starting point.
yeah, but yeah, it gets a little. Today was actually a little bit tough. Like Heather and I actually were battling, so we're tied. Like I'm a day ahead of her, so I could lose one, and we still have the same amount of wins.
Okay.
So I'm undefeated since
All right.
I've started.
All right.
I haven't missed a single word.
And is this? Can you get this on an app now or what?
No, I just Google. I just go on my phone. I Google Wordle, and then you press on the website, and it just remembers your stuff. So basically, they're probably trying to track
Oh,
us.
you probably signed in through Gmail or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something.
That shit scares the shit out of me, man. I don't know if you've seen that anymore, but it's just weird to me that like, if especially since you got an iMac up here and a iPhone, like I do. I got an iMac iPhone at home, and it's like I understand that Apple has that stuff because I'm signed in on the same account on both. But when I go from like, I don't know if I'm on my iMac and I'm signed into something on Google Chrome. And I just go changing stuff, and it just knows everything. And there's some things in there that get thrown in. I'm like, where'd that come from?
Yeah. Well,
it
like I'm at a point where it's like, if you don't know that they do that, like I assume, like I saw a video on TikTok the other day that actually was like specifically for Android users.
Yeah.
It's been known that they they take your info and blah blah blah. And it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, I'm sure they all do.
I assume everything now at this point is just
Everything's recording you. All I want.
I mean, I'm talking about Goyaki right now, and I'm sure in an hour from now I'm going to get an ad on my iPhone.
No, because Goyaki does not scam people.
Well, they don't scam people, but Apple does. Microsoft, whoever. Name someone. They got it.
But so it's like, who cares? Like it doesn't even matter. Like what I want is I want to sit there and talk to my phone and be like, hey, whoever you are listening on the other side, please, and I say this, please, help me out, man.
Yeah.
Like hack some banks and throw some millions in my bank account.
Something.
Do something that's going to benefit me.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. But like you're looking at everything that I look at on my phone, who cares?
Yeah.
Like I'm a good person. I could care less.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy right now.
Yeah, but so that's the word was Wordle. It's pretty fun. Like I said, me and the wife, we have a little competition going. Just like a friendly little thing that, hey, let's see if
Until she's beating you.
well, it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna be
Man, I'm good with my words.
That's funny.
It was close today. It went down to the last try.
Did you get it?
Fuck yeah, I got it.
What was the word
kidding
today?
me?
Day's almost over.
I don't remember.
I won't tell no one.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I might check it out.
But like I said, just Google it, and then the first like the website that pops up, just click it, and it'll just pop up on your phone there, and it gives you the squares.
Yeah.
And then you just type it in, and then go from there.
Nice.
And it just saves your info. So then tomorrow when you go back to it, it says like you got 2 out of whatever, however many words. I think we're on word 286 or something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's been live that long?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but people are kind of worried about like what exactly is the New York Times gonna do with this game? Like as far as
make money?
Well, like
grow it?
But that's the thing. Like, are they gonna make it where it's like you gotta pay to play it?
Yeah. Maybe make it part of their subscription.
That's the last day I play Wordle.
Well, yeah, for sure. But still, I mean, what do you mean? Are people like worried?
Yeah, that's what I just said. People are worried what the New York Times is
like they're going to do something nefarious, or they're just going to change something.
Well, change like like what you just said. Like maybe like only if you have a subscription in the New York Times you can play the game. Like who has that?
Someone else apparently that has a duplicate. Like that one will be free.
Well, that one will be free, and that guy's going to be killing it for sure.
Yeah.
So before we get into the real juicy stuff, let's get into the stage has been set. Okay.
Okay.
February 13th. The LA Rams versus Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh God. Is it Joe Buck?
Joe Burrow, motherfucker.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. God, I did a hack job on Andy.
Yeah,
Andy
you thought it was Andy Dalton
on my podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, he plays for the Bears now, which complements his hair because it's more of an accent color on the helmet. But yeah, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he's a stud. And then for the Rams, we got Matthew Stafford, which was the stud QB over for the Lions for a long ass time.
Oh, okay.
So he moved. So in my opinion, if you ask me who do I want to win, I would say with LA. The Super Bowl's gonna be in LA. Mm-hmm. Halftime show is gonna be Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg.
I mean,
Eminem.
They're all right there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, I'll be right there.
And I think it'd be cool to see Matt Stafford win. He's a good player. He unfortunately was playing for not like the best team. No offense to the Lions or their fans or anything like that, but just
take offense.
Just the time he played over there, obviously he couldn't do nothing.
Right.
He moves to a new team, and all of a sudden now he's going to the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So I would like to see that. I think Joe Burrow is his second year, so like he'll be there.
He's got a
next
few
year.
left in him.
I mean, yeah,
it's just like 20.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like I think I'd rather see kind of like a veteran of Stafford, and just like some of the players that they have. Odell Beckham Jr. I really like him.
Oh yeah, he's in there.
So he was also like the same thing. He goes to the Browns, and then he doesn't do shit, and he was like this stud guy. He couldn't do shit.
Right.
Got traded quite a bit, and then all of a sudden now he's at the LA Rams with the possibility to get the ring.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think I'd like to see the Rams win just because they're closest to home for us.
Yeah.
But the Bengals, honestly, I don't know anything about football. I know the rules, but I mean, as far as this year goes, as far as the teams and strengths and weaknesses, I don't know anything. But I think if the Bengals pulled it out against the Chiefs, they probably have a pretty good chance at winning it, considering the Rams barely.
Well, it's just like on every day, it's whoever decided to show up, basically.
Right.
Like that team that beat the Chiefs might not show up on the 13th.
Yeah, well, I mean that's true. Yeah,
and then
hopefully the real Rams show up.
Yeah, the real Rams might actually show up and just
because they were down like 17-7 in the beginning of the fourth quarter against the Niners, and I was like, the Niners aren't that great.
Yeah. What's up, Steve? I see you in the chat. He says one of the funniest memes I saw for the Super Bowl was with Matthew Stafford and Eminem being there. and it was said this is the closest Detroit will be to making the Super Bowl.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I don't think have the Bengals ever even been in the Super Bowl?
No, I think this is actually their first time.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I saw something. It wasn't a meme, but it was like a TikTok video or something where there was an older guy in his chair. He looked like he was in his 80s, and he was crying because he'd never seen the Bengals do so good or something. So, but yeah, yep.
So a news article came out saying the NBC has sold Super Bowl ads, all of them basically. Some spots go for a record $7 million. And I wanted to know your opinion on that.
Probably a minute long.
Yeah, but dude,
7.
we just talked about kind of social media before we got on here, but dude, I would rather pay if I was, because it's probably like a Pepsi commercial. Mm-hmm. I would rather pay nowhere near $7 million to like 3 or 4 select TikTokers.
Probably more than that for that kind of cash.
What's that?
7 mil. Some influencers.
Yeah,
I think I know where you're going with this.
But I'd rather pay. No, you pay them less.
Yeah,
you're not gonna pay them $7
But you can
million.
get a shitload of them then.
That's what I'm saying.
100,000 each for like a month.
But, yeah, or just put in your commercials, which they probably already do anyways, on TikTok.
Yeah,
for less than $7 million. So, I mean, it's weird like how some companies stay old school and they think like this has to be it.
Yeah,
like some people think like magazine ads still are like number one, and it's like I don't know about that. Like, just a bunch of like in marketing, it just changes so often. And now, like with the power of certain social media platforms, it's like, dude, you don't even need a $7 million spot on the Super Bowl.
I mean, maybe they're doing both. I don't know. Maybe Timmy the Tooth is Taco Bell and Pepsi all the way. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's interesting to see that because I would have a tendency to agree with you on that. Like, I don't know how many people are going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm not sure what the numbers are at this point, but I think at one point, like, we'll say 30 million people are watching the Super Bowl. It's like you're going to pay that much for 4 1-minute ads for Pepsi. We're picking on Pepsi now. As opposed to paying maybe 16 of the top influencers to cover them for a month, where they're going to reach out to the youngest crowd that's the growing up generation, I guess, that's coming into society.
Yeah, or like another thing that I would do, and I would totally be open to doing this for anyone, but basically say like, Nesquik buys tickets to the Super Bowl, has tickets there, and says, hey, at halftime we're going live with the top TikToker. Yeah, we're going live with them, so make sure you get on TikTok, because that's what everyone's going to do anyways. People are watching the game. And then the second like commercials come on, people like get on their phone, or like halftime, people are going to get on their phone. Right. But this is such an iconic halftime that I don't think people want to miss this one. Right. But just say like, watch them enjoy the show. And then all of a sudden you go live with like Addison Rae, and she's there like, watching the whole concert and stuff like that. And then you're kind of there with her. Right. Like, oh shit. I think that would be more bang for your buck. And then all of a sudden you have all these people going to your live, and then you kind of put a link out there to buy something or whatever it may be, Right. You can't really do that with the TV. You can't put a link on the TV where you press it, and it'll take you to their page to buy that product that they're selling at the moment. You know what I mean? Right. So I think something like that is more beneficial than spending $7 million on one ad. That's pretty intense. But I mean, I don't know. These companies are worth billions and billions of dollars. True. They're like $7 million. Yeah, we just paid our CEO $100 million. So yeah, we don't give a shit. Yeah, for sure. All right. Speaking of that, did you see? I think it was Starbucks. I'm almost 100% confident in this. Starbucks just gave their CEO a raise to like $20 million a year. I happen to know that because someone was shouting down the big corporations. I don't really care about that, but it was just interesting to see that they only made $20 million a year. I was like, man, there's some corporations that are competing with where they're paying, I think, a lot more than that. Dang. Yeah. That's crazy, man. All right, let's get into the juicy topic that everyone's been talking about for a little bit now, but the whole Joe Rogan thing. I want to get your opinion on it. I'm sure you have a nice one. But basically, Neil Young, she said, take my music off.
He.
Oh, it's a he?
Neil Young?
I know. Name one
He
song
looks like a
of
goat, man.
Name one song of Neil Young.
Free to rock in this country or something like that. I don't know.
Never heard
I
it.
couldn't tell you. I don't know. Rocking in a free country, which is ironic in
Yeah,
itself.
I don't know. Is he country or kind of like rock?
I think he's classic rock.
Oh, okay. Anyways, Neil Young said, pull my music off of Spotify because basically, hundreds of doctors came out and asking Spotify to take down Joe Rogan's podcast because he's spreading lies and misinformation.
Right.
On his show, which basically he's having guests come on of a bunch of different spectrums, like doctors that do this, stuff like that. So it's not just like one specific or him talking about it. It's more like he's having these guests on and they're talking. If you watch Joe Rogan, you know what I'm talking about. So Spotify wasn't really budging towards that. So then Neil Young comes out and he says, hey, it's either Joe Rogan or take off my music.
Yeah.
And Spotify, I think they paid Joe Rogan $100 million.
$100 million, yeah.
So
it's pretty hard to put okay, Neil, you're out of here.
Yeah,
See
Neil,
you, You only got a good 5 years left anyway.
He don't have I can't even. I don't know one song, man.
I don't know.
Neil Young.
He's for older generation.
Neil Young fans are not on Spotify. They're listening.
I would
to
agree
his
with that
CD.
statement.
So,
Yeah.
But what do you think about that?
Well, I think there's two interesting pieces to this. One is freedom of speech, and two is, I guess, freedom of choice. Obviously both have to do with freedom, but I like the fact that everyone in this gets to make their own choice, right? Joe Rogan's making his own choices. Spotify's making their own choices. Neil Young's making his own choices, and whoever decides to follow. So I think that's really important. I like to see that. I don't give a shit who's doing what, but I like the fact that everyone in this country is. I don't like that. I'm going to turn it off, or I'm not going to support this, or I'm not going to do that. I think that's really important. As far as what they're doing, I don't necessarily agree with it, simply because... What's
who doing?
Like Neil Young and stuff, Like, they're trying to... They have their choice, but what they're trying to do, I don't... Like, in my opinion, I'm like, you guys are, Joe Rogan's... In my perspective, Joe Rogan, he's actually bringing on very renowned professionals in their field. Mm-hmm. And because their opinions and their medical backgrounds are proven. They're pretty decorated people if you look them up. Their opinions aren't what the CDC is going for. Then it's I guess it's labeled as misinformation, or what the CDC is saying. Hey, this is the information we have at this time, and this is the decision we're making. These two, I think there's two main individuals there. In particular, they're saying, well, the data disagrees with that, or maybe the data is stronger in some direction. And I actually got to... Did you see Joe Rogan's recent video?
Yeah.
Kind of as a response to that?
Yeah, Steve actually brought that up. He says, I think Joe Rogan's apology video summed it up well. He hasn't done anything wrong.
No, perfect.
And in there, he was saying, like, basically, and I don't know, like, how more clear you can put this, but, like, hey, at the beginning of this shit, stuff was said. Yeah. And if we would have said certain things against that, it would be considered... lies and misinformation.
That's the main thing.
And then now we're 3 years into this pandemic, and we're like, oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So things 6 months ago that were information are now being broadcast as reality, and the truth. Even though the data was there at that time, it just wasn't accepted. Yeah. And now it's accepted, and now it's blasted across whatever media streams there are.
Yeah. And that's why when people are saying like, he's being dishonest and stuff like that, or it's like, but what is he actually saying that's like not real? Like, because we don't know yet. That, like, you're saying the info might be there, but some info might not be there. So like 5 months from now, the stuff that Joe Rogan and his guests have talked about that were frowned upon, they might be like, you know what, you guys were completely right. Right. So then what, do we owe him an apology? We owe Spotify an apology? Of course. But it's like, it's better not to like get there. And it comes with the whole cancel culture thing. It's like,
Yeah.
that's exactly what Neil Young is trying to do. Just bully his way. Like, this is what's going to happen. You guys need to take him down or else I'm taking my music. And it's like, you don't need to do that. You just don't listen to it.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, I would like to ask him, like, do you even listen to the Joe Rogan podcast? Or maybe you just heard it on the news and then you're like, oh, he's doing this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, do you even listen to him?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's it's really unfortunate because without a platform for other voices to be heard, and especially if you get this machine, so to speak, pushing things out that we don't want that to be heard, or we're going to deem that as misinformation, which again, you have two very renowned medical professionals in their field saying, hey, this is not quite, this is not quite right as far as what the public's getting as far as information right now. That's kind of a dangerous game to play, really.
Yeah. So I do like how you said they're taking a stand. I like how Netflix stood up for Dave Chappelle, and I like how Spotify's, whether you think it's because they invested $100 million into Joe Rogan and his podcast or whatever it may be, but they're sticking to him, and I really like that because I think it's a slippery slope. It's dangerous where we're going. We're like every little thing. Like if someone does not agree with you, they'll do anything in their power so you get canceled.
I think this is actually really good. This is almost a great thing to be happening right now because now there's a giant platform kind of being like, well, no, we're not going to give into that.
And it's two now.
Yeah.
With Netflix and Spotify.
Yeah.
So it's like gonna maybe hopefully discourage people to like. It's cool to like have your own opinion. Like we're not saying it's not. It's
well, that's what it's all about. Like
but,
hey, freedom of speech.
Exactly.
Say what you want, do what you want. But, as soon as you try to start pushing other people out because you don't believe in that, it's like, well, that's
and that's what I'm saying. That's what's getting dangerous in this country where like everyone wants to do things like that. So I think it's really cool that they're doing that. I actually heard that Neil Young, he actually went back and deleted all his shit that he said. But I heard that Neil Young sold his rights to his songs, like half of his catalog or his catalog, I'm not sure, for like $170 million, right?
Wow.
So the person that owns that kind of stuff, they said, hey.
Well, I don't know that he could pull it then. He must own something. In fact, I just saw something.
Yeah, well, exactly. That person saying, hey, that's how we get paid, like through the streams.
Well, I don't know. He must have some involvement because otherwise he wouldn't have the rights to say that at all because he sold his rights,
That's what I'm saying.
Check out what Densmore's saying.
Oh, he's saying a lot
Headshot
of
red dot.
He's saying the Supersonics hat, fire, of course.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But that's the thing. Like, it kind of like someone spoke up and they're like, hey, you don't even have the right to do that because we're the ones that own your shit.
Right.
So we want to make money. So he went and deleted his shit. I don't know if he came out with an apology or whatever, but if I was that person or that company, I'd be like, hey, fucking apologize.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's
you might
back
owe someone
on
some money.
Yeah.
But to that point, there was something I just read, I think it was yesterday, where the streaming, most artists actually make their money from like concerts and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're streaming, even someone like Taylor Swift, who's huge. The amount of money they're making from streaming or from things like Spotify, Apple Music and stuff
it's not much.
Is a fraction of what they make when they're on the road.
And that's one of the biggest
concerts.
like hits for like Spotify too. Like the artists like don't really like Spotify because they're like, dude, you guys don't pay us enough for what you guys make, off of us.
Right.
And it's like, well, don't be on there. Everyone has a choice. But the thing is, like, sometimes like you don't have to put your choices in our face. Like you choose not to like Joe Rogan and his opinions or his guests. Cool, keep that to yourself.
That's what's funny. It's not even his opinions. He's there interviewing someone that's like.
But I mean, he agrees, and you know. So whatever. But the thing is, don't be a dickhead.
Don't do it.
Neil Young, never heard of her. The guy's I don't know, but I think it's cool, and I think his apology was fine. It wasn't even an apology. He's just saying he feels bad that like they had to take it to that point.
Right.
Like that they felt that they have to take their own music off of Spotify because Spotify is backing him. He's like, I'm sorry for that. Like, that sucks for you. You don't have to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it was good. Joni Mitchell, like, I never heard of him. So I don't know what songs he has or anything like that, but yeah.
I've never heard of
her too. You never heard of Joni Mitchell?
Who?
Joni Mitchell, I think, is the other person, a female artist, kind of probably in the same genre, but she came out in support of Neil Young and said, "Hey, take my shit off too." And it's like, all right, well.
I mean, that's kind of shitty of them, really.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, here's an ultimatum for you. You're giving this person a platform.
Yeah.
Take them down.
So I fully support my coworker at Spotify, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I got your back.
Yeah. We got you, Joe.
We are on Spotify. We are the only gaming podcast with video, so you could see this live stream on Spotify as well. If you listen to Spotify, catch us there on all platforms, everywhere. But Spotify.
Check out the Double Scoop. Spotify.
My coworker.
Apple Podcasts.
I wonder if Joe would have us on his podcast because we are technically co-workers.
Essentially, right?
I mean, it's the right thing to do.
I would say so. Well, actually, I've been turning him down for interviews for about the past 2 weeks anyway. He's been trying to get on the Double Scoop.
That'd be...
that would be... Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Another news. Warzone. Activision.
Wait, last week you guys... I'm sorry. I'm going to do this to you. Last week you guys were talking about duos? Or was it something else? Did they introduce something new? And I was like, dude, that sounds great. No? But don't they have something in addition to duos now?
They got quads, trios, duos, solos.
All right.
But they're like in different... Like, so like the new game came out and there's like Vanguard. Mm-hmm. So if you join Vanguard quads...
Right.
You can only play with like Vanguard guns. Like, I didn't actually buy the game, so I don't have like any of those nice guns like unlocked or anything like that. Yeah. But if you play the regular Warzone, then you play with the regular guns that I've like maxed out and stuff like that. So.
Okay, I thought I saw something like hide and seek or something. Is that?
Actually, there was a tournament yesterday.
Okay.
Am
I getting ahead of myself?
Yeah, because that just happened yesterday, so we didn't talk about it.
I was just scrolling through Twitter. Go for it. It's all you.
Well, no, it's just a tournament that happened yesterday. I ended up... they were very, like, slow and far back, so I didn't get to finish the whole thing. I think it was, like, 4 games that they played. But basically, they had teams where they were just going to go hide. Mm-hmm. And then they had the Seekers. But then they also, like, the Seekers couldn't use UAVs. They couldn't use heartbeat monitors, stuff like that. And the whole purpose of the people hiding were, like... They try to like blend in. They had like the ghillie suits and stuff like that, blend into bushes and shit, and just like running around hiding. And then the circle gets small, so towards the end, they all got killed.
Right.
So it was a pretty entertaining concept.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like an actual game mode. It was just based. Okay. It was a private.
It was tournament. For tournament. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It was a private tournament.
So the guys that were hiding, they probably had guns and stuff. They just
no. Because they were just hiding.
Oh, so it was a complete like software deviation.
No, they had guns, but like they basically dropped them because it makes you run faster.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
So they couldn't use any lethal things like a grenade or anything like that. They could use I think stuns basically.
Right.
But that was it. They couldn't get into vehicles or anything like that. And then the Seekers also had their rules where they couldn't do this. And if you did certain things, then you get disqualified.
Right. Okay. All right.
But
that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a tournament for money, so it's always cool to see stuff like that. And as far as like game mode, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. They have like the prop hunt, which we played before, where you're a prop. Cool. So it's the same concept, like the people hiding as a prop, and then the people trying to shoot them. But I don't think that's ever gonna become a thing. Maybe they'll keep doing tournament specific for that kind of game mode, but like it's just like a close the lobby. So
okay,
all
right.
It's not like we can get in there. But what I was actually going to talk about is Warzones have reverted the loadout time change. So basically the way it's been, you can drop down, get a bunch of money, 10 Gs, and you can get your loadout. Mm-hmm. But now it's like you could drop down, get a shitload of money, and then you can't get your loadout till the second circle.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of makes it like an even playing field for a lot of people. But like, so yeah. you can't get your loadout. And a lot of people were complaining about that. And just like, that was like the worst thing. Because, you know, the good players, they know where the spots are to land. There's a lot of cash. They get the cash, they get their loadout, and all of a sudden they have the best guns possible for them.
Yeah.
So they go on a terror then. So that was a big thing that like people were complaining about. And there was a actual pro, and I forget I don't know if it was FaZe Swag, but it was an actual pro that said, I would tattoo Activision on my left cheek if they revert to the old way, right?
Right.
So it happened, and then Activision actually tweeted, anyone know a good tattoo artist? Asking for a friend.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's actually like the interaction over on Twitter is actually pretty cool. So, but yeah, I know a lot of people that play Warzone are, you know, excited and happy that is back to normal. Mm-hmm. I wonder why they changed that. Like, because I did notice like this new Caldera map. You kind of land. I do like the ground loot a lot. So I think that's like pretty powerful. But then you would land certain places and you would get like, I would get 10 Gs in like 5 seconds. I'm like, holy shit. And that's the way I figured out because I didn't know it happened. I landed and then I couldn't get my loadout. And I was like, why can't I get my loadout? Dude, I have like 20 Gs.
Right.
You know? But yeah, so that's what happened there. And is Warzone optimized for the PS5 yet? I don't know. It should be.
We just covered. So do you know anything about this? We just covered in our podcast that PlayStation, Sony, has actually produced way more PlayStation 4s. They've actually ramped up production again.
Yeah, that was
why?
That was just to battle the non-supply of the PS5.
Okay, so just a chip shortage or something.
Which is the dumbest shit ever because you know how you battle that?
Raise the price?
No, you make more PS5s, but I get it. They're the supply or whatever. But yeah, that's basically what they were doing. They were thinking of putting out more PS4s for the demand.
Right, okay, all right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I come to the Gamer Boys to find out the good stuff.
Yeah. Real quick for all you Fortnite lovers, this is actually really cool. There's been quite a bit of the concerts and you know, cool skins that come to the game. One of the best ones has been, you know, the Travis Scott concert. I thought, you know,
that was cool.
Yeah, that was
like
a dope
2 years ago now.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But since then, they've had a few. They've had actually like live ones where they weren't cartoons, and I thought those were the most horrible ones possible. And then after that, they did the Ariana Grande one. I'm not like a big fan. She has a song with the late great Mac Miller. So when they played that was actually pretty dope to hear it on the game. She has a skin in the game and stuff like that. But you know, I'm not the biggest Ariana Grande fan.
Yeah,
but,
it's kind of I don't know. Maybe it's just
I don't even know how she got that. Like who at Fortnite approached her and were like, "Hey, you're the one
top tier."
I mean, for gaming,
I don't know.
I'd
like to see a Cardi B skin.
That would be way better. But yeah, so she must have some really good agents. Something's going on.
So yeah.
But this new one coming out, and I hope it's like the cartoon version because I feel like they do way better when it's like cartoon version. But we got Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
That has a Grand Theft Auto look to it.
Yeah, coming out as a new Fortnite skin, and yeah, they come out with two different like outfits and back blings and everything. And then also they have like a group called the Silk Sonic or something like that.
Okay, maybe it's like a package deal.
No, the Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak created like this group called the Silk Sonic or whatever.
Oh, all right.
Like,
all right.
70s
Forgive me.
type
music
or whatever. So they're going to be performing in game. So hopefully as cartoons. So it'll be a lot better. So I think that's really cool. I like Bruno Mars a lot.
Yeah, I think he's probably one of the best entertainers out there.
Yeah. So you can imagine how his concert would be a lot better.
I could never afford to go to one of his concerts.
No, absolutely not. It's starting February 7th, 2020. The Silk Sonic Cup. And then also you could buy the skins. And I believe there's a package deal for the both the guys. Or you could buy them separately for 100 or 1,500 V-Bucks.
What's the translation in US dollars?
I think it's $10.
Okay. That's
Something
cheap.
like that. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, they missed the mark. I mean, you know, A for effort.
Sure.
For continue doing the same thing. Like, bringing new skins in, but then also bringing concerts along with the skin. They had the Marshmello concert was actually pretty cool. You know, the DJ Marshmello.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good,
Yeah, that's
too.
pretty cool.
That was probably second on the list there. But everything else after Travis Scott and Marshmello has kind of been way below here. You know, it's been okay, not the best. So I could see this Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak concert being pretty big.
Bro, I was about to derail us on some horrible talk. So I was like, what if they just started putting controversial figures in there, like with some nasty shit? Like, what if they threw a Bill Cosby skin in?
I mean,
no, would that be?
That's why
obviously they couldn't do it, but
that's why you would never work at
yeah,
Riot Games or whatever the hell the company is. But yeah, I mean, even the Travis Scott skin, when the whole Astroworld tragedy happened, they disabled it, and then they also they're probably never, like, I have it, it's one of my favorites, but they're probably never gonna put it out again for sale.
Are you able to sell your skins?
I mean, I could sell my whole account probably.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, they don't
Just
want
a joke,
controversy.
of course.
Yeah. I'd cop it though. So over on YouTube, for all you YouTube people, you know, Twitch is still reigns supreme,
right?
When it comes to live streaming. A lot of companies have been trying to do the live stream stuff too. I think YouTube probably is, you know, second, but not even close to where Twitch is at,
right?
When it comes to live streaming.
Oh, really? It's that far?
Yeah, they just
I
have.
didn't even know YouTube live streamed until I saw you guys on it.
Yeah, so it's just like they have a really good system there, like, you know. But talking about the really good system and everything, YouTube Gaming is officially rolling out gifted subs.
Oh,
so
okay.
over on YouTube, it's called members, right? So you'll be able to gift a member or a membership, and that's one thing that YouTube has been missing, because that's what you do over on Twitch.
Yeah,
you get gifted.
I think they're kind of. It's so interesting because YouTube, you know, is a huge platform for what they do, and now they're trying to kind of enter these fields like the what are the shorts?
The shorts, yeah,
clips. Where they're trying to do like reels and stuff, like a TikTok or whatever Instagram's using right now, reels, stories, along those types of things. So they're kind of trying to get into that space. But from a different angle, just because of what the user base there is used to.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. Because, I mean, YouTube, I actually don't watch YouTube from my phone almost ever, which I think is kind of rare. I think most people use it from their phone, right?
Probably. I sit on my computer and watch YouTube a lot. But
okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I use it, like, in place of TV. I don't even watch Netflix anymore. I'm like, I'll jump in bed at night, and I'll watch, like, I'm like, okay, I got 45 minutes to jam through some video, you know, some YouTube videos, which is usually photography based or production based stuff. Anything that I'm, you know, kind of trying to get better at the moment.
That's the beauty of YouTube. That's what everyone, like, we're among millions that do the same thing.
Right
That's
now,
why it's so big.
It's color grading, which is, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making it too complicated, but I'm like, how are these people doing this?
You are, and the trick to it is just buy someone's presets. The LUT or whatever it's called.
There we go. All right.
You just buy that.
Yep.
You like how that guy's shit looks?
Yeah.
Just buy his, because he's selling it.
Well, my problem is that I need to know the specifics on how they get there. Like, I'm not looking for someone in particular's look. I just want to find a look that I like and know how it gets there, because once you know the intricate parts of it, you can just replicate it. Or if you're like, well, this photo needs a little bit more of a pop in this area, you know how to do that personally. Instead of
Are you talking about photos?
Same thing. Color grading and photos. I mean, people.
I thought you were talking about video.
Hue, saturation, and luminance is.
Yeah, but like, you know, there's a lot of the YouTubers, the real top guys that sell their Lightroom presets.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I've
been
been looking at a couple, but I'm like, I want to resist that because I don't want to spend money on it.
But it could be 30 in there, and out of the 30, you're gonna find some that you really like and that kind of fit all the photo styles that you usually take and stuff like that.
That's true.
So yeah, I would just recommend that instead of just messing around, just buying someone's that like already does it. But yeah, back on the YouTube thing.
Yeah, here we go.
It's probably the best place to learn stuff. And so the funny thing is what YouTube does is or like any kind of app, I think, but they reward people. Like, so like that's what I need to do with our channel is start doing clips, because they're going to reward us for doing clips.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work towards.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, this is a new thing that we're doing, and you guys, since you guys are using it,
yeah,
we're going to reward you by putting you in front of more people.
Right.
So that's what they do. But yeah, I don't know.
And then once you're doing the clips, I mean, it's just a quick jump to TikTok.
Yeah. But I think
you guys' TikTok videos have been killing it, though.
Yeah, we're doing
good.
all right there.
They're looking good.
But I think the whole being able to give out members and stuff like that, yeah. I think it's a right move, because a lot of people are coming from Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Pokimane just I think her contract was just up, and a lot of people are wondering like what's she gonna do. And even on Twitter, YouTube came out and they're like, I wonder what she's gonna do with like eyes emoji.
Yeah, that's probably a perfect time for them to get her on contract.
Yeah.
And for her especially, she's probably gonna get a nice chunk.
Oh yeah, huge. So, but then imagine like going over there, and then all of a sudden you have the ability to get people gifting, just how Twitch runs.
Right.
So it's a smart move, I think.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be, I think with that kind of thing, it could be equivalent pretty soon. Especially with a lot of the top creators going to YouTube.
Right, yeah, that'll be interesting. You think anyone else going over there? Pokimane's just a guess right now, right?
Pokimane's a guess right now.
A guess, nothing official.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a bad one, though.
No, not at all.
I mean, she's been having some controversy over on Twitch, and I'm sure like if the bag is right, she'd probably stay at Twitch. But being YouTube and being how big YouTube is. I mean, Twitch is Amazon.
YouTube is a Google company, isn't it?
YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
ABC or something? Not ABC, but
speaking...
Alphabet. That's
Alphabet, yeah. Speaking of Amazon, I'm a little mad about this. So Amazon being humongous, because I just tried to compare that, and then I was like, well, wait. Like, Amazon is probably bigger than Google.
I don't know, man.
So, like,
yeah,
it's two giants right there.
Yeah.
So to say like, oh, well, YouTube's Google, and then but it's like, well, yeah, but Twitch is Amazon. So, like, really, if they were like in a bidding war for someone, they both have a lot of resources.
Yeah, it's just insane. It's unfathomable.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't even think Microsoft is close to as big.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't think
so.
All I know is you guys covered how big the price was for Amazon to buy Activision?
Yeah, it was $68 billion.
Can you even imagine that? I can't even picture that number. Like, that's a fuckload of money.
I mean, I can't even picture that, because this is pissing me off.
Okay, let's do it.
Amazon Prime is about to raise the cost. So it's going to increase the cost from $139 with a price increase of $20.
It's $139 right now?
Yeah. A year.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When I signed up for it, it was $100, and I haven't noticed the price change yet.
Okay, so first price increase happened for Amazon Prime in 2018.
Yeah.
So it went from $99 to $119.
Oh, okay. So is it $119 now?
No, it's $139 right now.
Oh.
So since then, the first price increase was from $99 to $119.
Yeah.
And then went from $119 to $139. Or no, it is going to $139.
Okay, I was like, fuck, I didn't even notice they were
So starting on the 18th.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, we're sitting here talking about how
free shipping is. I mean, I tell you what though, I buy enough stuff on Amazon that it's still worth it. I mean, I probably spend that much in shipping in the first 3 months.
Right, but we're just sitting here talking about how, like, if they want to go in a bidding war with people, they can, because they're one of the biggest companies in the world. But yet you're going to charge me an extra $20.
But you know what they just did? They just they just entered the pharmaceutical world, which is huge.
Yeah, so even more. They're going to be killing it even more.
Yeah.
So they don't need my extra $20.
They do.
No.
Because now it's worth more for that membership for you.
I ain't getting nothing. I'm not getting no Advil. I'm not getting nothing from
No, we're talking prescriptions.
from Amazon. I'm not getting nothing like that
Yeah,
from
you
Amazon.
are. You just don't know it yet.
No. Nah. So
You know what's going to happen is you're going to hop on Google to type in cheapest pharmaceuticals, and it's going to bring up an Amazon link for you.
why would I do that? You go to the doctor, you go to the hospital. What's your pharmacy? Oh, CVS? Okay, we'll send it there. You go there, I have insurance. Like, why would I be
Because
Googling?
as soon as you shop Amazon and go, fuck, dude, it's 30% less, and they just deliver it, I don't have to go wait at that stinky ass farm. Have you ever enjoyed being at a pharmacy?
No, but
I'm a salesman for Amazon now.
But they basically call you. They're like, hey, your prescription's ready. Okay, drive down there. It's ready. Like, I don't understand.
I've never had a great experience at a pharmacy. You're always waiting in line. There's always people that are bitchy and crabby. It's like, now you don't have to do it. Now you know UPS guys dropping off your narcotics. But
a lot of times the shit's free through your insurance.
Well, it's still going to be free, dude. Your insurance is still going to be applied through. You're not going to send you pharmaceuticals and not figure out a way to pay for it.
So why would I be looking up to see which one's the cheapest?
Well, if you still got to pay after insurance if there is a cost to it.
Yeah.
But just the convenience alone, I mean, granted, if you can't get it in a day, that would be a problem.
Yeah,
if it's
big problem.
a severe illness, like you need antibiotics.
Dude, I just get my wisdom teeth pulled out, and they're like, hey, here's some Vicodin. And then I got to go to Amazon and fucking, 3 days later it shows up.
Who's your pharmacy? Amazon. Great, because we just ordered it for you. It's coming to your house. Imagine if that's
Tomorrow.
the case. Imagine if that's the case. I'm just saying.
But
what if your
have you ever had your
office,
wisdom teeth taken out?
Yeah, dude.
This shit hurts.
I had a completely different experience.
Okay,
I was good.
That shit hurts.
I was lucky, I guess.
I'm not going to wait a day to get my fucking Vicodin for my teeth that just got
Okay,
pulled out.
but let's just say it's not a necessity. Like, I need it right now. But hey, I don't know, whatever. I don't agree. I don't have a good experience.
I don't agree.
But if your doctor's office could order it from Amazon and be like, oh yeah, it's on the way to your house. Especially if you live in a big city where it's like same day, well, I guess 1 day delivery. I mean,
I don't agree.
There's a ton of money to be.
We need to stop being. Yeah, I mean that's a fact. But we need to stop being lazy and do shit for ourselves. Amazon does not need to send me Advil.
I can buy anything on Amazon.
Yeah.
All right, then stop. That's the same thing.
I'm not complaining. I'm talking about the pharmaceutical stuff.
Okay, well they're just making it more convenient for that. Like what? Pretty soon they're going to sell cars. I don't know.
No. Did you just see me at Best Buy the other day?
I did.
Because I was looking.
I was
for
there
shit.
with you.
I wasn't gonna buy it on Amazon.
Coincidentally, we're sitting there texting, and I'm like, hey, I'm on the hunt for a new camera, and you're like, oh, cool, I'll check it out at Best Buy. I was like, I'm on my way there right now, and then I look at my rearview mirror, and there you are. I'm like, holy shit.
But my point is, I could have ordered that cable on Amazon. It could have been here the next day.
Okay, all right.
I wasn't being a little bitch.
Oh,
and
God.
I drove to Best Buy and I bought it.
Never buy anything on Amazon again. You're forbidden. I'm calling Amazon. Either I'm quitting Amazon or you're removing Amazon from the platform.
There you go.
There it is.
So you're actually quitting Amazon more than I am.
They're going to be like, all right, Mr. Young. Oh,
yeah.
God. It's just another convenience thing. If it's not convenient for you, don't use it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's just like, we could.
Although I will say, most of the time when I look on Amazon, I'm paying more for whatever I'm buying now.
Yeah.
It used to be different.
But we could be grown-ups and go get stuff for ourselves.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Every once in a while.
You know what I mean? Just saying.
Maybe.
Well, you know what? Coming this summer, 2022, we got a collab between Pokemon trading card game and Pokemon Go. This collab is going to be released. The TCG game, Pokemon Go expansion, will feature cards themed after the popular mobile game, and you can get an early look over on the Pokemon website. So basically, they're releasing a new TCG expansion pack, and it's going to be based on the mobile game.
So these are both Pokemon brands.
I mean, it's all
I'm
Pokemon.
so lost when it comes to Pokemon.
It's all Pokemon. It's
okay.
like through. It's just called TCG. It's called the trading card game. So TCG.
Okay. All right.
So it's just the cards that I always buy.
Right.
Stuff like that. So they're coming.
I saw you one of your recent videos. You guys killed it on one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like $300 card or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
not
good.
even expecting it. So that was nice. Over on our.
Was it TikTok?
TikTok.
I'm pretty sure I saw it on TikTok.
The Gamer Boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're basically coming out with a new pack, and it's going to be based on the Pokemon, because they have different packs. So I'm sure these are going to look more like the Pokemon that are in the game. different kind of art and stuff like that. So if you're really into the Pokemon Go game, I think this would be kind of a cool thing. I'm more of the collector as far as like, there's been a few sets that have come out last year and this year and stuff like that, but the cards are not as worth as much. Like the one you just said, it was a mix, basically a mixed pack thing, and it was like a sword and shield, and that's an old thing.
Oh, really?
So like, I didn't buy it for that, but like it happened to be in there, so I was like, oh, okay, cool, and I happened to pull the best card in the whole pack. That's actually worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I look for. So I would be curious to see how this rates with the more expensive cards. Like if there going to be a card in here that's going to be super expensive, like 500 to 1,000 and above. If that's the case, then I for sure will be trying to get a lot of these. If it's not, then I'll get a few just to see what they look like and just have them. But
so these are new cards?
Yeah.
They're not reprints?
No.
Okay.
This is a different set.
Yeah. All right.
It's like baseball cards when they come out with a different year or different set and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Steve says, keep in mind, not everybody has their own form of transportation.
Ooh.
Steve.
There you go. Hey, this is just a personal thing. Everyone has their own,
Nah, yeah, I was just saying, like...
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get it. I totally get it. And it's more likely, that, especially if you're in need, you're buying it from Amazon, not Amazon, if you need it.
Yeah, if you need it now, like... That's
I'm getting out of the hospital, I'm going to a pharmacy. Or someone's going for me, anyway.
Like, I need a cable that I know Amazon for sure has. Mm-hmm. And maybe Best Buy might not carry it at the moment. But I'm still going to go and try
accessories, I think, is where Amazon excels. Because accessories are notorious for being marked up 100 to 200%. Amazon's maybe 50%. That's like the go-to, I think, on that end for me.
Yeah. And just real quick before we end the podcast, I do want to say for all you Nintendo Switch lovers, the president of Nintendo came out and said that he says that the Nintendo Switch, it's in the mid-cycle of its life cycle.
You said it's about 5 years old right now, or in 5 years?
It's about 5 years of its cycle.
Okay.
So mid part of his cycle. So basically saying like everyone that wanted the new Switch and all that, we have a while.
All I can say is, Nintendo, you're killing me. Don't charge $60 for every single one of your games. And it's like they don't drop. Yeah.
Oh, well, a lot of their games are like Mario, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's their name, so they're selling it. It's just, I'm just like, and when it comes down to it, that's the only, those are the games I prefer my kids play, because it's kind of like, it's kind of unrealistic, and it's not super challenging, so they don't get sucked into it like Fortnite, because as soon as, the kids play Fortnite, next thing you know, they're dabbing on the countertop or whatever.
That's weird, because my kids don't do that.
Yeah, so, I don't know, they're all hyped up. But
hey, but speaking for the Switch, Steve did send me a link over on our Gamer Boys Instagram. It's for a game on the Switch, and it's called Block Knockers. $39.78 over on Amazon. And since I'm forbidden to use Amazon now, I'm not gonna buy it.
I'll buy it.
But it's basically, it looks like cartoon ladies, and I don't know if they're like naked or not.
Block knockers.
But you basically got to knock the blocks like kind of Candy Crush.
Okay.
That will expose
the
photo that's in the background.
Oh, God, that's good.
So, yeah, get that for us and let me know how that goes.
I'll give it to my kids.
Yeah. I think
we'll test it with the kids.
It's for sure rated for your kids. So,
yeah.
Block Knockers for the Switch.
Roger that.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of a joke, but then I actually got a email from Amazon suggesting it. So I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so there we go.
I mean, I guess they play, they have a bunch of those mature games on the Switch.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of think the Switch is for kids. But,
yeah. I mean, that's what I bought it for.
Yeah. But to end the show today, I want to give you guys some the best deals for the PlayStation 4 this month. You can go over on the PlayStation Store and get these deals. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, $22. It was $60. Battlefield 2042, you could get it for $30 or $35. It was $60 and $70. Call of Duty Vanguard, $45 or 53. The 45, I believe, is for the PS4, and then the 53 is for the PS5. It was $60 and $70. I mean, $53. I might have to go cop it now.
Yeah, that's not. I actually haven't even upgraded.
Yeah, you haven't. Well, you can't really buy one. So, Far Cry 6, you could get it for $30. It was $60. Hitman 3, $30. It was $60. Hot Wheels Unleashed, $35. Just Dance 22. This hurts my soul because we bought this for the kids, and it was, it says 50, but I believe it was like $60. But you could get it right now for $25.
Well, that's cheap.
You should get that.
I should get that. Is that on the Switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's on PS5.
Oh, we don't have one of those.
But I'm sure this one is
We're going to buy a second PS4 because that's all they're offering right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you could play it on the PS4.
Okay.
That's why it's probably that cheap.
Yeah.
Because if it was for the PS5, it'd probably be $35. But Just Dance 22. The Last of Us Part 2, you can get it for $29. Marvel's Avengers for $20. It was $40. Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy for $30. Was $60. Marvel Spider-Man Ultimate Edition, $50. NBA 2K22, $25. NHL 22, $30.
Nobody cares.
I mean, I want to meet one person that plays the NHL franchise games.
Yeah.
And let me know how that goes. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for $50. Resident Evil Village, $35. Riders Republic, which is a dope newer game, was $60. You can get it for $30. And head over to the PlayStation Store. Make sure you cop some of those good deals. There's some good games in that right now.
Yeah,
so,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Make sure you check that out. And thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. I'm so sorry I have to fill in for Roger under these circumstances.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool.
Pilot Hero, you're our boy. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Liking the video basically helps us out because the YouTube's going to be like, oh, cool, people like this video. We're going to throw it out there to the algorithm. We're going to throw it out there for people to watch this so more people could discover our show. So that's what, it's one click away. I know it's kind of hard sometimes, but it's one click. You'll
even on the phone.
You'll realize this.
Did you see me catching up on all your guys' TikTok?
I don't know, because right here yeah, I did actually. I saw it.
I was like, oh, I gotta hit it.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing? I'm watching these things. I'm not liking them.
But to some people, it's real hard. It's real painful.
I mean,
the subscribe button, I know it's real hard to click it. Your finger has to hit it right or something. That's why a lot of people are not doing it. And the like button.
The double scoop is subscribed to the Gamer Boys podcast.
No, it's
subscribe.
not.
It is. I promise. I just did it.
I would have said it right here.
I promise. I just did. I'll show you. I'll show you after.
See, that's what a lot of people say to us. That's why I'm telling you guys this.
I'm gonna show
now.
him. He'll apologize the beginning of next podcast. He's gonna apologize. But they are.
But that's what I'm saying. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell over there, let you guys know what we're up to, when we're up to it, and then make sure you like this video and all the other videos that we post. We really appreciate you guys. You guys could hit us up on our social medias. Just search The Gamer Boys. We'll be there. And, we like to really engage with you guys. And, like I said, we get some cool messages saying, hey, check this game out. We'll post that stuff. And, so we really appreciate that. And I think that's about it. I hope everyone has a good weekend. Oh, real quick. We talked about the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Valentine's Day is the very next day.
Don't bring it up.
And I didn't know the Super Bowl was on the 13th. So I made dinner reservations for the 13th. So now I won't even be able to watch the Super Bowl.
At 7 p.m.?
No, because the Super Bowl starts at 5.
Earlier. Yeah. Oh, is it that late? Usually I thought it was at 2 in the afternoon or something.
Well, my reservation is for 5:30, so
Where
I might miss.
Can you say it?
Yeah, it don't matter. In Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Ooh, is that in Reno?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
Brand new.
Awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
That's why I did it. Cause I was
good deal. Good deal.
So are you for Valentine's Day or you don't really care?
Valentine's Day will be on Monday where it belongs, and the Super Bowl will be on Sunday where it belongs.
That's very true.
So that's how I'll be celebrating those two events in that order, and maybe you can bring me back some leftovers.
Yeah. So we'll definitely have a podcast back then. We'll have Pilot Hero back in the studio. I'll have to ask him. I don't know if he'll be in the Valentine's mood, but I do like Valentine's Day. I think it's a nice thing. It's always nice to like do something nice for people. And yeah, you don't have. It's like you don't need a day to tell you to do it.
Right.
But at the same time, it is nice to do so.
That's how I feel. Like I never want to buy my wife flowers on Valentine's Day because I'm like, well, it's just like the day to do that. So when I do it, I feel like a chump. But usually, like 2 or 3 times a year, I'll just bring home flowers from Costco, of course, because it's my number one place for flowers. Just randomly. And
okay, so
it's like,
with that being said, though, you do it and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think more of like, you do nice things for your mate.
Right.
Stuff like that. But like these days is like kind of when you can do something a little bit more special. So you buy her that Costco bouquet, costs you $20, $15.99. Who knows?
It's nice though.
But maybe for Valentine's Day, you buy her that $150 rose bouquet, send it to her job. So then all the ladies at the job are like, damn, Just saying, stuff like that. Like you don't need a day for that. Right. But like because you can do things throughout the year, mm-hmm. right? But sometimes you have to stunt on people.
Oof.
And that.
So are you doing that? You sending flowers?
I send flowers all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the cool thing is,
you do you.
I'll
order off Amazon.
The ladies at the work there don't get those. So then when my wife gets them, they're like jealous, and it's like, goddamn.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta stunt on people, and Valentine's Day it's a good day for that.
Absolutely, I agree. I just feel like the traditional stuff is always kind of like, that's a good idea.
Well, even like dinners, like me and the wife, we go to dinners all the time. Sometimes we'll hit up a restaurant that's in our area that's decently priced, like more expensive than most people would want to pay on a regular Tuesday night.
Right.
But then sometimes maybe I got to take her to Ruth Chris where it's going to cost me, $300 for the dinner.
Is it that expensive?
Kind of.
Is it? Nice. Yeah, I've always seen the name Ruth's Chris. Chris?
Yeah, Ruth Chris.
Yeah, I've always been like, that's a weird name.
Yeah.
But I knew what it was. I'm like,
yeah, it's a top tier, steakhouse.
It's got to be pretty good.
Yeah, so it's at the Silver Legacy now. So, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, so we don't do that every single day or all the time during the year.
Right.
But I am gonna do something like that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's for myself too.
I'm gonna see if my wife will take me there for Valentine's Day.
Because I'm gonna go and eat like a king.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
But it just want to know your opinion. But yeah, we have the Super Bowl that day, and I didn't know it was actually the same day as we're celebrating Valentine's Day.
I'm glad you brought this up because I didn't plan on this. I'm gonna try to squeeze into Duke's Steakhouse, I think on Friday.
You might, yeah. See, that's the thing. You might want to call tonight because I was actually calling around for the Hell's Kitchen.
Ooh, how far out are those?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm going somewhere else.
Okay, well, let me know when you're ready to make. We'll go with you.
Okay, yeah. So that one, we'll have to plan out.
We'll double date that.
That might be an easy one to do, but it's always fun to do stuff like that, and my personality. That's how I am.
Yeah.
So like.
That's where you thrive.
Yeah, when people are like, well, you don't have to have a certain day to do that. Yeah, no shit. I kind of do, like, that stuff's kind of more normal on a regular basis for us.
Right.
So, like, you got to go more out when it comes to, like, special occasions.
Right.
I don't know.
Oof.
But anyways, I hope everyone has a good Valentine's Day. You have a week, or we'll be here next week. We'll talk a little bit more about it with Pilot Hero, but you guys should start... Especially with the COVID regulations and stuff like that, they might not like be serving the whole restaurant. It might be like,
that's true. Yeah,
50% capacity and stuff like that. So make sure you are, if you're gonna do something for your loved one, make sure you are planning ahead and don't call a day or two.
Yeah, don't be me.
Yeah, don't be.
I'll be calling Duke's right when we're done here.
Yeah, that's smart and it's a good place.
That's a good call.
Yeah, lobster bisque.
Oh, that's
so
the
good.
best.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Gamer Boys podcast. My name's Jorge. Hater Dave in the house.
Check out the double scoop when you get a chance.
Yes.
Oh, or just shoot us an email. Give us the scoop at gmail.com. That'd be awesome.
That's a good name. So we'll see you guys next week. Pilot Heroes return. Thank you guys so much. Game on.
Game on, guys.